This is probably up there for me with one of the most, like, Chuckle Brothers style own goals, but one player is both Chuckle Brothers. Let's just make this very clear.
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Leyth. If you're still enjoying it, drop a like on the video. That really would mean the world to me. So today, we've got quite a lot of games. Yesterday was more about the transfers, still had a few games in there, and some good ones too. But today, it's about Sutton United, and we're going to be playing, of course, against, where are they? Dagenham and Redbridge in the second game of today's episode, which is going to be very, very difficult, I would say. When you remember, O'Reilly conceded 10 in his first 3 games and 62 in his 72 since. Yeah, and when you consider like how bad we were defensively in that first season in the National League North, rather, compare that to how good we were last season, where just finished the ep and seen the defensive numbers. Mourinho vibes about this Whitport side. Very interesting approach for an FM save, as for everyone, for the most part, normally plays to outscore the opposition with their tactic. Yeah, I mean, that's what normally I do too. And somehow, over the last sort of 2 months, I don't know, we've just seemed to have found some defensive side of things. And it's kind of nice to play a different style of football. Although this year, it seems like we're back to being a little bit more of we'll outscore you. Although, clean sheet in the last game, and we should have probably kept one against Halifax as well. It was a nice hit by Hammett. I heard you say it's difficult to find a natural pressing forward and your league level. It's odd because you'd figure there'd be loads of forwards that have to play a more defensive role. It can feel odd at times. Yeah, I think the problem is in order to play a pressing forward, you need to have great work rate and stamina and stuff like that. And a lot of these lower league players do not seem to have that. And that's the main problem. That's why Curtis Thomas, I believe, is so effective. As you've already seen, the man's already got 4 assists for us this season playing as a striker. Jason Tyndall is managing Sutton United. We've not lost in 13 matches in all competitions, which is surprising. I probably do want to bring back in Simon Defty because Cartwright is not a right back. And I can't really fault Jake Bunyan's performance on his debut for us, quite frankly, and I don't really want to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? If we play half as well as we did before, I'm starting to wonder if the Curtis Thomas-Jacob Wakeling partnership could finally be my first ever sort of actual really effective strike partnership. I always seem to end up with 1 striker systems on FM throughout the years, and having 2 is really kind of nice, to be honest. And I want to see if we can actually have a strike, like the ultimate strike partnership for a couple of seasons of stability and solidity. That's what I want to see if we're capable of doing. You know, keep those guys for a couple of years, solidify them in there, grow them a little bit as they're both young. And Thomas with the, wow, Sorba Thomas, inside a minute, gives Sutton United the lead away at Castle Park. This is about the worst possible start. We did not handle this well. We don't defend well enough here as Waring gets the ball. We get a bit dragged out of position, but even so, we should be doing better than this. This way too, just a great hit, isn't it? And again, we're standing off of their strikers, which is not normally what we do from a defensive standpoint. And Thomas is in again here. Get your block in. Defty does really well. I'm sorry. Did he clatter him, did he? I'm going to disagree with you there, ref. Clatter him? He's just won the ball off of him. All right. Thomas stepping up now for Sutton United, and he now makes it 2-0. Okay, Sorba Thomas. It's 2-0 to Sutton United inside 7 minutes. I feel like Defty might have been a bit unlucky with that one. It looked to me like I mean, you can't tell from there, but it did kind of just look like he just took the ball. Well, we've got a hell of a comeback to do on our hands now, and I think even if he somehow salvaged a draw out of this would be an extremely good result. Putman Kitely. Oh my God! What a strike from Ben Putman Kitely. 16. This is what I mean. He just seems to have something unique about him that allows him to keep doing amazing things no matter what level he plays at. I mean, it's a poor clearance, but look at this for a hit. Right foot, in off the crossbar, BPK's first goal in the National League, and he just keeps on going. You see that? Self-assured he was. Putman Kitely's ball in, flicked away. Kasimba, Putman Kitely's there again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Kasimba has just pinged us 2-2. I don't know what's going on in this match here. Putman Kitely delivers quite a good ball, actually, but it's well cleared. And to be fair, Tommy does a poor job here, but what on earth? How is he scoring here? What about that for a strike? Good Lord, it's 2-2. We've made that comeback look very easy. Oh, come on, no. I've got to be honest, I think we've got pretty fortunate there, though, because we've scored 2 absolute screamers. Putman Kitely on a flyer so far. But we've basically reset everything. Not playing particularly well, but neither team are really playing that well. They've scored a long-range screamer and a penalty, and we've scored 2 long-range screamers. Hey, I mean, even if we got a 2-2 draw, it would still mean we'd be unbeaten. Albeit with a lot of draws in there, but never. Oh, God, that's a good ball. Watts is through, and a good save by O'Reilly. Okay, they're starting to turn the screw a little bit now. Going to make a raft of changes. We don't have a left-back backup, annoyingly, and Winfield's had a really poor day, but we're just going to try and freshen the squad up a little bit. Hopefully somebody can come up with something. I might up the tempo, but I'm not entirely sure if that's what I want to do right now. We're just not looking quite good enough currently. Like, we got back into the game very fortuitously, and now, oh God. I mean, that is probably quite deserved from Sutton, unfortunately. We do seem to have lost our defensive solidity a little bit this season. No clean sheet yet on the board. But again, it is a much, much more tough division. And we have still proven that we've got goals in our game. But we just, I don't know, just got overloaded down that side. And this is a very, very simple goal. They don't get back fast enough. And even so, they should be getting closer to what's there. We're going to go more attacking, move that ball around a little bit faster and try to create something a bit special. Oh, no, we've got the flick on. Tavares. Waring. That's a nice ball through again. And no, wow, it's 4. George Waring has smashed Sutton. O'Reilly is not really saving anything at the moment, unfortunately. They've had 6 shots on target and they've scored 4 of them. We, haven't exactly covered ourselves in glory. We were fortunate to get back into this match and we just didn't take advantage of the fact. But yeah, again, really nice play in the midfield from him here. Just a little 1-2. And, I mean, he's just smashed that. The keeper's just got no idea. It's certainly far from the end of the world, but the second half performance has left a lot to be desired from us. We've not turned up. Definitely our worst performance of the season. We've created nothing and have 2 goals in this. But this could have easily have been 4-0 to Sutton United, quite frankly. Got a bit unfortunate in places, but frankly, we also got very fortunate with both goals that we got. Still a good performance, though, from Putman Kitely, though, with his 8.3, but mostly just because he scored a belter. But it's still good to boost his numbers and keep him going. But that was a frustrating one. They were 17th coming into this match, and not a good performance. And now we moved down to 11th in the end. A couple of late goals have really cost us. Okay, that's fine. Dagenham and Redbridge, though, appear to have... they've actually not played yet, and we're playing them next. So this is going to be a tough period off camera, because we're still... I mean, we're 6 points above the drop zone. I don't think we're in any real relegation danger, but we do got to be careful with conceding so many goals. Right then, we're back. Things have taken a slight downward turn, unfortunately. We were very, very poor away at Woking, unfortunately, and honestly, they could have had 3 or 4 in this game. They were very lucky, or we were very lucky that they only got 1. Just a lovely little header, 1-0. Unfortunately, Adam Barty just randomly decided to get himself sent off in this match as well in the 67th minute, and we didn't create anything, couldn't do anything, and that's suddenly back-to-back defeats despite... But yeah. Next up, we hosted Kidderminster, and this was not that great either, as Dambo got the ball on the edge of the box here and just absolutely pinged one to make it 1-0. We were playing quite well in the second half, but then fell behind to that. Luckily, we were able to grab an 89th minute equaliser as Curtis Thomas closed down the defender, and I thought, finally, we were actually playing really well in the second half and deserved our equaliser, and I thought, okay, a point to point just keeps us stable. Wasn't to be, because unfortunately, we didn't really clear our lines particularly well, but that doesn't really excuse the fact that we conceded this strike. It's straight down the middle from Sinclair Smith, and O'Reilly's just palmed it into his own net in the 91st minute to give Kidderminster another victory. And suddenly that's 3 consecutive defeats, and we were sliding. And next up, we hosted Wrexham, and frankly, I have no idea how we won this match. We did nothing in the first half. I changed a couple of things at half-time. Bilham's ball across. There was Putman Kitely getting to the back post to give us the lead against Wrexham. We bloody needed this victory so badly. But then, in the 72nd minute, lovely work down the side here from Harry Hammett. Whips one round the corner. There, got on the end of it was Curtis Thomas to make it 2-0. I thought that had kind of wrapped it up despite how good they were playing. We did have some chances, but just didn't have that many shots. But then they did, of course, get one back in the 85th minute. As I don't know what Winfield's doing here. Lovely work here to just work this ball out. And all of a sudden, Winfield just decides, you know what, I'm going to cross it for him. And a nice little scissor kick on the edge of the box. And yeah, they got to go back. I don't know why, don't know how, but there you go. But then thankfully, Walker Rice bombing down the side of the pitch in the 92nd minute. But look at the Putman Kitely getting to the back post here. He just whips it across. There is Putman Kitely darting in the 93rd minute. The energy levels of Ben Putman Kitely to actually make that run to the back post in the 93rd minute to wrap up the match thoroughly deserved his man of the match. I think that was his 3rd or even 4th goal of the season already. That's the kind of performances for me that make him something special at this club. Bombing forward to get on the end of that in the 93rd minute, and the presence of mind from Walker Rice to actually find him. But then something slightly embarrassing happened. This is probably up there for me with one of the most Chuckle Brothers style own goals, but one player is both Chuckle Brothers. Let's just make this very clear. So the ball is whipped across eventually, and Osigwe sort of gets the ball caught between his feet in the end and ends up sort of dribbling it towards his own goal. He tries to stop it on the line. He then stumbles over the ball, and Stewart is able to slide in and make it 1-0 to Torquay. It's not even an own goal, but it feels like an own goal. If anything, this goal feels more like an own goal than most own goals we've conceded, and as a result, we lost the bloody match. Committed 23 fouls as well. I don't even know how, but yeah, really bad. Thank goodness for Dulwich Hamlet. 35 minutes into this game, Bilham, once again though, watch Putman Kitely bombing it to the back post. This time the shot is saved, but it doesn't matter because Curtis Thomas was on the rebound to make it 1-0. We had a lot of chances in this game, really played that well, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. As in the 67th minute, we just weren't quite good enough. This was a very simple goal as well. Ball around the side. Bennett, nobody's tracking the run in the midfield. He's got a completely open net basically to slot it in for 1-1, and I was like, that's annoying. We've just thrown it all away. But luckily, we hadn't. As almost immediately from the kickoff, the ball is whipped out to this right-hand side, flicked on by Wakeling. Nothing much really happens there, but he's just pushing in at them, which was so useful. Finds Curtis Thomas, who's absolutely smashed one into the back of the net to make it 2-1 and grab his second of the night. And another brace for Curtis Thomas, who really has lit things up for us when we've needed him. But, oh dear. And all that leaves us 10th. Now, that might look really good, but before that game, we were in real danger of being only 2 points off the relegation zone. That win away at Dulwich Hamlet has just kept our head above water a little bit because it is so tight in the midfield of this league. We're only 2 points off Wrexham, who we've already beaten, but we're also only like 3 points off of 18th place Kidderminster, who of course beat us as well. So we're all over the shop at the moment. And just out of interest, you can see Blackhaven United have really hit the ground running in League 2 and are actually challenging towards the top of the league. Rochdale look like they're probably going to be the runaway leaders, and Blackhaven certainly aren't scoring in the way they have been in the past, but they do have the top scorer in the league in Ryan Edmondson. If I could just break character for a second here, usually what happens with Blackhaven is that they'd get to League 2, not usually as quick as they have in this save either, and usually they'd stall out for a few seasons and sometimes struggle to even stay up. The fact that they're actually pushing high into League 1 potential territory is very surprising. At this point, it feels like they're just going to be waiting for us in the Premier League. So today, nice and easy against Dagenham and Redbridge. I hope that those aren't the kits we're playing in, because that would be a bit confusing. We've really got no choice but to try and go for it. I've been trying to mess around with the defensive line and sort of see. I don't know why my assistant wants to play these two in literally the wrong positions, but I guess it's because of their footedness, but come on. So I do kind of want Con Clark on the bench, though. Probably instead of... I mean, Ruben Lau, when he's been put in the team, has not done a great job. Weirdly, Cartwright and Bunyan are the ones that have sort of stood out. But honestly, nobody's really stood out in that respect this season so far. It's a total free hit for us. But we've got to be careful still, though, because, you know, if other teams below us win, we could still find ourselves only 2 points off the relegation zone. And that's why these games are, you know, you still don't want to get absolutely smashed. And to be fair, we do have still a very good goal difference because we do score a lot of goals, thank God. But we haven't really got the defensive stability that we've had in previous seasons. And I think that just comes from we're playing against much better attackers. Also nice of the referee to give us 2 bookings in the first 10 minutes of the match. That's always what you want to see. Archer. And Noble get blocks in. Cleared again. Oh, hello. Wakeling can knock this down for Thomas. This is what Curtis Thomas can do, but he's just, I don't know. I think against better defenders, he's going to struggle somewhat, and he has there. I'm going to up our tempo slightly because I think we just need to get that ball forward faster and not worry quite so much about, you know, trying to build up play as much as we normally would do. Kasimba. That's better. Adabati. But again, we're not winning it. And again, we're not winning it. How have you let him get the ball there? There was 2 of you and the ball was loose. We just don't have the desire today, it seems. We're getting absolutely trashed by Dagenham, but we haven't conceded yet. And we are at least keeping a relatively stable line and forcing long shots, but it's when they get those balls into that little half space that we're really starting to struggle, because they can just overload it and it's off the crossbar and cleared away by Winfield. The game's kind of gone through a bit of a lull period, but that doesn't mean that much for us. Defty, he can't get to the rebound again. Brundle, loads of space, and again another big save from O'Reilly. But these are the kind of games where Putman Kitely is the only player that can really stand up and be counted because he's just got that pure work. But we have not been good. I'm actually going to try going after their other central midfielder. He seems to be one where a lot of the players coming through, but that might just be because we've got their other one covered. I don't know, but I don't know. If we could somehow not lose, that would be ridiculous. But we're still not giving them too many clear-cut opportunities, at least. Oh, that's poor from Putman Kitely now. And the goalkeeper, come on! What? I'd like to look up sweeper keeper in a dictionary, and I would love to know what the definition is. Because it feels like one of the things you'd want from your goalkeeper is for him to come and clear a ball when he is the obvious favourite for that. I mean, okay, fair enough. It's a bit 50-50, but he's not even tried. Lewis Noble. I mean, they're going to score anyway. I just don't think the team... We can't get close to them. That's the problem. Unless we can win it here. Sort of. And yes, there we go. Billum finally winning the ball off them. Bit of space. Don't know what he's going to do here. Yeah, they just defended that really well. They didn't overcommit. We're going to try and squeeze him up, Pat McCarthy's ball in. No, the goalkeeper's punched it, and actually that's going to turn into an attack for them, isn't it? Unless we can nip this in the bud quickly. He's just going to run all the way around the outside and score. Come on. Oh. 50. Oh, hello. Pat McCarthy whips it to the back post. It's cleared, and Walker Rice can pick this up. Oh, he's got to find Pat McCarthy again, potentially. Cartwright. And Kasimba, no! Defty as well. Oh, dearie me. We are our own worst enemy here. Archer's through. And it's a great save by O'Reilly again. But we really could have done better with that particular situation. See what we can do. Final 10 minutes on attacking. Can we just create one opening? Perez de Gracia. Okay, that's better. Ben Mills now with a chance to show something in the National League. He's just got nothing here, has he at all? Cartwright, Kasimba, loads of room. Putman Kylie's, look at this. Ben Putman Kylie's in. Oh, good Lord. Of all the people, who else would be running through the middle of the pitch there to make that overlapping run in the 83rd minute? Of course it was BPK. He just couldn't quite find the finish. Bunyan. But that was better. We really had our chance there, and we could have maybe snatched something at this game, but wasn't quite to be. We've still got a few minutes left, though. A little bit more like that, and there might be a chance. And Putman Kiley has now conceded a penalty at the other end. His youthful exuberance has got the better of him, and now he's just completely run the game ragged. He's fighting for the team, bless him, but he's going nowhere. You don't need to do that, Ben. Archer to step up for Dagenham and Redbridge, and it's saved, but it's still in the back of the net. It's 2-0 to Dagenham and Redbridge. We've literally gone from should be a 1-1 at the other end to now conceding a penalty and going 2-0 down against the league leaders and almost certainly runaway champions. And we've offered nothing since then. Yeah, it's just going to peter out into a 2-0 defeat, or it could have even been 3 there. We created one chance. I said I wanted to try and create one chance, and we did it. And I just don't know if it fell to the right person. Like, he had the ability to get into that position, but he just lacks that cutting edge right at the very end, and then he's gone and given away the penalty. Oh, Ben, why'd you have to do that, bud? But still, thanks to results elsewhere, we're still all right. So next episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to come back from Morecambe away, because that is a really difficult, well, I mean, every game is difficult, but it's an important one. And then we've got the FA Cup. 4th qualifying round. Very, very important. Can we finally get into the first round? The one problem with being higher up is we get less qualifying games against shit teams, so less chance for us to make any money, but I guess there's a bigger chance for us to make loads of money if we were to get a big side, say in the 1st or 2nd or even 3rd round, if we could somehow push our way through. So there's that. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like on the video, that would be tremendous. We've lost a lot of games lately, and a couple of little sneaky wins have really papered over the cracks somewhat, but I do feel like we're still doing okay. It was always going to be a tough year, and I do think there's definitely some positives to take from it we can build on and hopefully grow a bit throughout the rest of the season. We're still only 4 points off the playoffs. So yeah, if you've enjoyed it, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes at the weekends, so go follow there as well. Link in the description, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. As always, hold your gun, Cappy Bar. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.